VCW Tidings of Destruction begins with the following contest scheduled for one fall. Hailing from PG County, Maryland, weighing in at 320 pounds, he is a former Ring of Honor 6-man tag team champion,
Welcome to VCW Tidings of Destruction, our final event of calendar year 2023, and what a way to end things. I am Jason Heat, joined alongside Brandon Metheny, Esquire. This is going to be an absolute meeting of the bulls in the center of the ring as Moses, a biblical level force in professional wrestling, a former Ring of Honor 6-man champion, makes his debut here in VCW. He said when you come to a new yard, you immediately go right up to the biggest dog and punch it right in the face. That's what Moses plans to do right now.
His opponent, he is the former VCW Virginia Heavyweight Champion, standing at 6 feet 4 inches tall, weighing in at 279 pounds, the Boar!
You heard in that ring introduction, the former Virginia Heavyweight Champion. That is difficult to hear, difficult to process, as the Boar is coming off a monumental loss last month in our sold-out standing room only debut in Alexandria, Virginia. The Boar lost the Virginia Heavyweight Championship to Joseph Keys, in no small part due to the actions of the Reason, who interfered in that match, maybe less on Keys' behalf and more simply against the Boar. Now the Boar is out for two things. One, the head of the Reason on a silver platter, and the second, to win back his precious Virginia Heavyweight Championship. But standing between him and those goals is a mighty, monumental force in the man known only as Moses.
And Jason, this is our first look at Moses here in VCW, and I do not envy him right now because this is a very angry, very motivated Boar, and I think he's just going to take it out on the first person in front of him right now. That's Moses.
This is a Boar on a warpath, but if there's a man not to be intimidated, it's Moses.
Our referee tried to get in there between them, and Boar shoved him away, never took his eyes off Moses. This is one motivated man out there.
No fear in the eyes of either man.
And here we go.
This is the kind of match the Boar lives for. Boar believes this is a heavyweight sport. And boy, there's not a better example of that particular brand of professional wrestling than right here or right now in front of us.
No, I mean this is heavyweight wrestling at its finest. It's two big bulls, or I guess one bull and one boar, locked up in the ring, just trying to move each other around, and I mean it's a stalemate at this point, Jason.
Moses is a dangerous, dangerous man, looking to make an immediate impression here on the roster. Personally requested this match against the Boar, saying, no, I don't want anyone other than the former champion.
I mean, I will give Moses all the credit in the world. He stepped up to the physically largest man, and as you said, very recently former champion. He is not, easing his way into VCW. He's going for the big boys, and he is staying toe-to-toe with Boar right now.
It's a bit of a cliche, but immovable force, or irresistible forces and immovable objects. We are getting an object lesson in that, except the Boar gave way first.
A genuine shock. I don't think I've ever seen Boar knock that cleanly off his feet like that. That's amazing. And Boar is angry now.
Boar took his position as the quarterback of this locker room very, very seriously. He's really been beating himself up over that loss, and a question is whether or not Boar can use this anger or whether it will consume him and cost him this match.
Sure, the anger is totally understandable. I mean, he lost his championship that he really held with a great deal of pride. The anger is going to happen. It's a question of how do you focus that, how do you use that? Is it going to destroy you or is it going to motivate you? Only time will tell at this point.
So much pain being levied to the lower back of the Boar. It is very rare that Boar goes up against anyone who may actually surpass him in the strength department, but as we're seeing right here, this is a situation where even though Boar has the height, Moses may have the overall size advantage.
And that's a situation where that damage that Moses caused to Boar's lower back really comes into play. When you lift, you're doing most of it from that, core of your body, and it's just not there for Boar right now after that damage just in the corner.
Moses comes into this with a lot of big match experience. He's been under the bright lights, as noted before, a former Ring of Honor 6-man champion. Very little is going to intimidate Moses.
No, he has seen it all, and I mean, that's why the fact that he said he wanted Boar first shows that he's not going to be intimidated here. He wanted the champion, and he's got him in a real battle here.
Dangerous territory for both men on the outside. You cannot win a match on the outside, but you certainly can lose one, both literally and also you can be put in a lot of danger and have a lot of damage done. And now Moses rolling in to break that count.
I mean, Moses is wrestling a very smart match, breaking it out there, going after Boar's lower back repeatedly. He, as someone who is a power wrestler himself, he knows where the power base lies. It's in that core, it's in that back, and if he can cut that off on Boar, Boar's in a world of trouble.
Moses looking to exemplify that phrase, work smart, not hard, except that everything that Moses does to the human body is very, very hard.
I was going to say, I think he's doing both. He is not messing around. I would not want to be hit by one of those punches, put it that way.
He's in the path of very, very angry Boar is Moses, and now taking advantage of that lower back, maybe already an injury at this point, given all the focus that Moses has put on it, ramming the Boar into that steel post.
And it's interesting to note, this is now twice Moses has broken the count getting back in the ring. It's very clear that he does not want to simply win this match by count out. He wants to defeat the Boar, and that chop will help.
The entire audience just winced. No one throws heavier hands than Moses. The book of Moses says, when I throw these hands, watch yourself.
I mean, I would. That was a hard hit.
Moses showing he is both very comfortable on the outside, but continuing to keep the fight out here, and also very confident.
I think that confidence may have betrayed him there, although, boy, he just is right back on the ball. I mean, he is really putting it to the board here. I'll be honest, Jason, this surprises me. This really surprised me. I knew Moses' credentials coming in, but I thought Boar was going to be full of the anger and frustration to take this over, and right now Moses is in control.
Moses with a 2 count already on the former champion. What does it do for your career here in VCW to walk in and in your first match pin the immediate previous heavyweight champion?
Well, you've got to believe that both Joe Keys and Brandon Scott are watching this, because whoever is champion tonight, the way Moses is performing right now, if he beats the Boar, he's got to be coming up for a championship match.
Very familiar with Moses. He wants to become the most dangerous dog in the yard every single place he goes.
I think he's doing that right now. I mean, he's just
dominating.
Yeah, there's no other word for it. That's exactly right, Jason.
Absolutely dominating the Boar. The Boar who in his championship run defeated Logan Easton LaRoe for that title, beat luminaries like Brandon Scott, Joseph Keys, Devontes. The Boar beat both men that are in our main event this evening. That is how impressive that run for the Boar was. And what a statement it is making to see Moses manhandling the Boar the way that he has.
It's remarkable. I've never seen anything like it. I mean, the Boar what little offense he's getting in is clearly not holding the strength, the pop it normally does. A couple shots to the chin there helping, but that's
too much for the Boar. Taking advantage and almost gets the 3.
I was about to say, that's a bad decision. He does not have the strength. He does not have the power in that back right now, and very clearly just could not keep Moses' weight up for any period of time. And Boar, I mean, disagree with me if I'm wrong here, Jason, but I've never seen this with the Boar.
He has not been on the back foot quite this way in the time that I have been here in VCW. And of course, it is very clear that Moses, a man who really enjoys his work. Big smiles at times on the face of Moses as he has just been rocking the Boar, now pulling him down to the mat.
And the tiniest little bit of daylight for Boar. And Moses goes nowhere, but there, Boar may have his shot here. He needs to act fast and act decisively.
Attempted death from above, and Boar able to get out of the way, but just not a lot of mustard on those punches.
It really feels like he's not getting across the ring as briskly and as crisply as he normally does.
And trying for the 3rd time, and he does it! The Boar with the slam, but did it take everything out of the former champion?
Yeah, the way he went down immediately after that, I've got to wonder if he threw his back out, if he injured himself. Going for a cover potentially here. He needs to get Moses flat.
Moses up at 2, a moral victory with that slam, but you need to get a real victory.
Moral victories don't go in the record books.
They don't. They go in your heart and mind and soul. Maybe that is the motivation the Boar needs right now.
Well, that is the X factor Boar always has, is he has these fans on his side. They're always behind him and they're motivating him. Oh my goodness!
Just a tackle, intercepting the Gore, and Moses took the Boar down almost mid-flight. Look at that!
Boar back on his feet, finding that second gear.
Boar with Moses in his sights, and the Gore! The Gore to Moses!
This is not a great idea, I think, Jason, going up top. A lot of risk here.
But a lot of reward, potentially, with the big elbow to the heart.
Well, that's why Boar's a former champion, and I'm not, I suppose, because it worked out well for him.
Setting up maybe for a second Gore, and no one, and I mean almost no one, has ever been able to get out of 2 of these in a row. Can he do it? He does. The Boar proving several things in that match. 1, the man can take a beating and turn things around. And 2nd, it does not matter how big you are or where you come from. No one is going to get between the Boar and that Virginia Heavyweight Championship.